nation, and the million faces formed together, made for elevation. And the soldier won't surrender faith, this I can fire that never burns to embers. The voice of the unheard, love is the answer.
I gotta speak it, believe it, that's how I feel inside.
I can't sit here quiet.
You can take my heart, you can take my breath when you pry it from the cold dead chest.
This is how we rise up, heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up, heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic, static. Call me a fanatic, it's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up, it's our resistance, you can't resist us. Can you hear me? Are you listening? Sleeping and the shadows could be making history. Through the fire, on the water, used to be a slave, but now you are a conqueror.
They can take my heart, they can take my breath when they pry it from the cold dead chest.
This is how we rise up, heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up, heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic, static. Call me a fanatic, it's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up, it's our resistance, you can't resist us. Up, 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 up. We're rising up, 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 up. Rising up, 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 up. We're rising up, 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 up. Rising up, 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 up. We're rising up, 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 up. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance. You can't resist us. This is how we rise up. Heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up. Heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic, static. Call me a fanatic. It's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance. You can't resist us.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh. That's louder than I thought, I think. Welcome, anyways, to Monday Night Voltage. I'm not sure if I'm too loud, because I just saw my freaking OBS level, and I saw it just go straight up to the very top of my freaking screen. So, there is a chance I just blasted everyone's eardrums. If that is the case, my bad. Sounds pretty good-ish to me. Okay, that's good. Okay, I was concerned for a second because I saw it go so loud. I was like, oh gosh. Anyways. Welcome on in. Welcome in to Leia. Ace reporter Leia is here. Welcome in Kara, Chaos, who will be competing later on tonight. Welcome in Dusk, Ayato, Ryan, aka Waylon, this time around. Splendid, Flare, Ezra, Rio. Wearing AirPods would have been sad if you had. I'm sorry. Okay, that's good then. Welcome on in, everybody. And all you in the back chilling. Moon, welcome on in. You'll be fighting in our main event tonight, so get ready for that. That is going to be quite a fun one. Let's go ahead and get everything all set up. Audio is back on. We are ready to go. Ladies and gents, it's the go home show. It is the go home show to Deep Freeze. We are less than a week away from our first pay-per-view. Should be a blast, win or lose. I get to have fun. Absolutely. We are less than a week away from Deep Freeze. It is going to be such a blast for our very first pay-per-view. We've got a lot of matches lined up. So, why don't we go ahead and get it started tonight? We got to get through this voltage. Welcome into our mysterious individual. Welcome into Polka as well. I'm very hopeful this is Polka. So, let's go ahead and get this thing started with, of course, our Erza Scarlet Open Challenge. Who will answer it tonight? Our final one before Deep Freeze. LEDs are 100% running. Hopefully nobody breaks them. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. So, let's go ahead and get this thing started as we go ahead and turn up that voltage. Here we go, ladies and gents. It's time to kick off this show right with the Erza Scarlet Open Challenge.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making our way to the ring from the edge of reality, Flash Smith.
Well, it looks like somebody didn't want to waste any time for this open challenge. Flair, I guess, is answering the open challenge. Flair, coming off of a lot of matches already, has not been successful in any of them, but it looks like has just decided to breeze past Erza and step out first to answer the open challenge before Erza even gets out to the ring. Which, I'll be honest, is bold. But hey, that's what we've seen from Flair recently. A lot of bold statements. And here she actually comes this time for the final open challenge before Deep Freeze. It is Erza Scarlet.
Your opponents, first from Kamakura, Kanagawa, Japan, Erie.
The fiery girl, same one who could still use some improvements as our mysterious individual. Flair is here, but so is Erza Scarlet. As we've seen, Erza is 2-2 in these open challenges. A loss to Mona, a victory over Susie, another victory over El Condor Pasa, and then a loss last week to Mukuro Ikusaba. It's been pretty back and forth for Miss Erza Scarlet. Can she get the momentum heading into Deep Freeze and go 3-2 tonight? Or is she gonna be going into Deep Freeze down 2-3? We will find out. Erza Scarlet against Flair. This is sure to be a... I was just about to say, why on earth is Flair not in the ring? But I think we found our reason. Well, this just got more interesting.
From parts unknown, rated the show.
It's only the #1 contender to the GWE Women's Championship, the Raiden Shogun. Raiden Shogun will meet Julia on Sunday at Deep Freeze in a 15-minute Iron Woman match for the Women's Championship. But tonight, it looks like she's answering the open challenge as well looking to make sure she isn't rusty going in to the big show. Ryan's won some training before the title match. So here we go. Flair, Erza, Ryan. I actually, you know, now I actually got to change up y'all's poll. I got to change up y'all's poll because now there's 3 people. Erza, Scarlet, open challenge. It is Erza. It is Flair. And there's actually a third one. It's Ryan. There we go. So just voting for a question mark, being voting for 2 people. Well, I've now changed that. So now you guys can make your picks. As Ryan just super kicks both Flair and Erza at the exact same time. How about that? Erza drop kick to the back of the Ryan Shogun. And Erza, she said it before. She said it doesn't matter who answers this open challenge. It could be 1 of you, 2 of you, 3 of you, 10 of you. She'll take you on and she'll put you down. And it looks like she's wanting to do that tonight against 2 top competitors. As Flair dropping the Ryan Shogun, walking over her. I don't think you want to be doing that against someone like the Ryan Shogun. But sent into the corner. But Erza's right there. Wheelbarrow stunner. Right to Flair. And out goes after the #1 contender. You got to think. If Erza or Flair can win this matchup and pin the Ryan Shogun, and let's say Deep Freeze comes around, Ryan Shogun wins that Iron Woman match, becomes the women's champion, you gotta think that Flair or Erza, if they pin Ryan, could have first dibs at a title shot as a knee strike is hit from the Ryan Shogun to Flair. But a retaliation punch by this fiery woman. Flying up, hits for the splash, but Ryan got out of the way, but is met by Erza Scarlet with an arm drag. Erza now is flying around. Look at Hurricane Rana taking out Flair. Erza very close to building. Actually, no, does have a signature built up, and a scoop slam to Flair. And no, doesn't actually go to the top rope, just instead goes after Raiden and hits that requip bomb early doors. Double axe handle right to Flair afterwards. And Erza has actually stunned the Ryan Shogun. Flair on the outside, big moment for Erza. Scarlet Storm. As Flair grabbed a baseball bat, but gets in and breaks up the pin. As Erza fighting back now against Flair, big drop kick. But Flair kipping right up, and now Erza contending with the Ryan Shogun, who reversed that DDT into a Northern Light suplex, and then there's that drop kick. That drop kick to Flair, picked up Erza. I think might have been going for lightning strikes twice, but Erza able to wriggle out of it and hit that clothesline. And now goes for the cover on Flair, who was stunned just a minute ago. But Flair kicks out at 2. Didn't have resiliency, didn't need it. Erza stepping out and then stepping back in, but gets clotheslined by Flair. Flair, you got to think for Flair in particular, this is a momentum booster if she can pick up the win. Flair's not been as successful as of late, but picking up a victory like this over Erza and even over the Ryan Shogun could do wonders for Flair as those combination punches and another one right to the Ryan Shogun. And if you keep in mind as well, Flair close to building up a finisher. Erza has one. Flair will eat the pin as she usually has. She avoids that. Maybe she's getting her act together for once. As Erza Tried to actually lift Flair up, but gets taken down with that chop block to the knee. But gets taken down again by Ryan with that back suplex. Turning her attention now to Erza. Stomping her head into the mat as Erza's busted open. Sent off the ropes, drop kick to Flair, who rolls to the outside as Erza gets a kendo stick to the face. Erza needing to get a little bit of momentum, gets that wheelbarrow stunner off again. And I want to keep in mind, Flair's on the outside. Erza's got a finisher, but instead picks up the baseball bat to do a little punishment. Goes into the cover. Flair not really paying attention. Does see it now, and that's actually resiliency from the Rhine Shogun. That is resiliency. And there's that flying Flair arm. Stamp out the embers. Stamp out the embers to Ryan. Flair's just cleaned house on both of them. Cover on Ryan, who just burned. Flair has just pinned the #1 contender. That, like I said, is a game changer. That is a momentum shifter for Flair. Erza doesn't get pinned in her open challenge as the Rhine Shogun, who came in trying to get some momentum, falls. You gotta think that Julia is licking her chops, maybe thinking this will be an easy title defense. If this is the performance that the Rhine Shogun gives at Deep Freeze, we could see a title retention by Julia. But more importantly than that right now, Flair makes a statement. A win in the books for Flair. Something I don't know if many people were expecting. 63% of you on Ryan, 38% on Flair, and it was a 0% on Erza. The ember finally becomes a flame. I wonder how long before that flame dies out. We will just have to see. Congratulations to Flair. That is a big win tonight as we go ahead and move on in tonight's show. Erza, you just got out there. Why is your music playing again? Oh well. Anyways, congratulations to Flair on that victory. But we move on to an old clash of sorts. These two have gone at it already. They renew their little rivalry in the Women's IronHeart Championship Tournament. It is Violet versus Sayaka Mizuno. Erza, no. Sayaka picked up the victory over Flair. Sayaka picked up the victory over Violet the first time around in quite dominant fashion. Will tonight be the same to allow Sayaka to advance in the tournament, or will Violet be able to get her lick back? We'll find out as we go ahead and turn up that voltage for our next match. Placing my bets, it dies before she can get a title. In my book, she still has quite a long way to go to get a title shot. Who knows? Coming up first, it's Sayaka Mizuno.
Is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Japan, Sayaka.
If this is like the last couple of times they fought, whoever meets the winner in the next rounds, likely having an easy time, goes Moon. It could very well be the case, because these two tore each other apart in a no-holds-barred match within the first month of this show. Sayaka would pick up that win. This time, it's not no-holds-barred. There are rules in place. So these two can't go at each other like they did in the no-holds-barred match. This time around, though, there's a lot more on the line. It's a spot in round 2 for one of these two competitors. Sayaka apparently has said Violet didn't learn her lesson from last time. So she's not just going to make her a backup dancer, she's going to kick her off the stage entirely. But this Phantom Thief, as we know, doesn't say die.
From Japan, Phantom.
This graceful dancer doesn't quit when the going gets tough. Violet's going to need to put everything she's got into this matchup if she wants to claim this victory over Sayaka. Let's see if she can do it. You got this, Violet. Phantom Thieves for the win goes Dusk. I kind of figured you'd say that. Considering your fondness of the Phantom Thieves, Dusk, I'm not surprised. But we get ourselves into this matchup right now. It is Sayaka. It is Violet. It is one-on-one. Let's get this thing started. Lorenzo, let's get this match going, my boy. No chain wrestling to start off with because Violet is just going after Sayaka early. Moonsault already. Right after that, into the cover. Kick out at 1. Very early start from Violet. She's taking the early control, and now these two are locking up. Violet with that waist lock going behind as Sayaka trying to wiggle her way out of it, and does. Into that headlock. Sitting down with it as well. But Violet taking it out as well, and now goes to that wrist lock from the back end of Sayaka. But gets those elbows in. Sayaka fighting right back. Rolled out the way, but right back into some real graps. These two, no love lost between these two competitors as Violet pushing Sayaka into the corner, and we do actually get a clean break. Kind of surprising, I'll be for real. Sending Sayaka into the turnbuckle goes Violet there. Sayaka flying in, hit that springboard moonsault from the corner. Straight for the aggression. Someone's been listening to Akechi. Seems like it. Kick out at 1 by Violet. As Sayaka trying to take it to the graceful dancer, but gets swept off of her feet. That would have been cool if that landed. Drop kick almost landed, but Violet just a little bit quicker. Tried to land that springboard, but wasn't able to. They lock up again for now a third time. And again, it's Violet who pushes Sayaka into the corner. And no, yeah, I figured this would happen eventually. No clean break that time. Sayaka with a cheap shot, and Violet's not happy about it. Those kicks, those punches, and Violet early doors, mounting a little bit of a comeback, sweeps the leg. Sayaka is stunned. Violet has a bit of an opening, picks her up, Phantom Thief driver. Hooks both of the legs. Kick out at 2, no resiliency from Miss Mizono. And now rolls Violet up, but only a 1. Violet survives. Oh, and then Sayaka stepped out of the way of that Hurricane Rana attempt and just let Violet fall cross-body to the ground below. And now going for a submission, but Violet gets right out of it. Not wasting any time, trying to get Sayaka into the corner, but gets tossed there herself. Backing it up. Sayaka runs in. Oh, wait. Tried to go for a knee, but gets hung up in the tree of woe, and Violet tried to get a couple kicks in, but Sayaka got out of the way. Rolled out the way, but a drop kick from Miss Mizuno. Violet gets back into the ring. That right hand, but Violet, seeming unfazed by it, picks Sayaka up, power bomb position, and hits one. Massive power bomb. Cover, center of the ring. Sayaka kicks out at 2. No resiliency again. Keep in mind, Sayaka has a signature built up, but Violet has a finisher. And she went for that finisher, but Sayaka got up just in the nick of time. Went for the scoop slam, and Violet got out of it. Sent into the corner, though, goes Violet at the hands of Sayaka. Taunting her, goes to the corner, big knee to the face. And now stomping away at Violet, taking a second to catch her breath. Sayaka waits for Violet to get up, but gets caught. But the chop lands. Sayaka, oh no, here it comes again. Turned around. I thought Violet got out of it, but doesn't. There it is, the main attraction, that backstabber, resiliency from Violet. Oh wait, went for the signature right afterwards. Violet managed to reverse it. Swinging Sayaka around, takes her down. Goes into the cover right afterwards. Sayaka's not built up resilient. I'm sorry? Okay, she kicked out at 1. Well, how about that? Backing up. Tried to go for a signature of her own. Sayaka got that arm and friggin' dropped her own arm on it. But gets sent into the corner by Violet. And might be setting up here. Scoop slam. Violet's got that finisher. She's going to the middle ropes. Looking for the Dancer's Grace. And she hits it flush. Cover on Sayaka. I'm sorry? It's not resiliency? She kicked out at 2 and didn't burn. Well, how about that? Oh, wait, no. Signature again reversed by Violet. She's got that signature scouted. Hurricane Rana right to Sayaka. Off the ropes. Little swanton from Violet. Goes to the corner and hits another Dancer's Grace. 2 in a row. Sayaka doesn't have resiliency this time. And Violet moves on. That signature of Sayaka was scouted each and every time. Violet learned from her previous match against Sayaka. Color me surprised indeed. It looked like Sayaka had the better of Violet throughout a majority of this matchup. But Violet kept on fighting. I told you that this Phantom Thief does not quit. That power bomb in the center of the ring wasn't enough to put Sayaka away. Give Sayaka credit though, she kicked out when I didn't think she would. There's that knee into the corner from Sayaka. And here was the main attraction. I thought Violet got out of it, but turned it into that backstabber. Violet would survive it. And would keep the offense going, would hit that Dancer's Grace the first time around, which Sayaka would somehow survive it. But after the signature was reversed, Violet scouted the opening, hit that Dancer's Grace, stepped on all 3 ropes to pick up the win.
Here is your winner, the Phantom Violet.
I can bet they're going to go for a 3rd round, 1 win for both. Absolutely. You gotta think that this is, as Moon says, gonna drive Sayaka up a wall. Violet picks up the victory tonight, moving on to round 2. 56% of you on Sayaka, 44% of you on Violet. Time will show where your little favorites will go, either the main event or catering, or the mid-card in this case. Point stands. 2 interviews along with Jay, love to see that. But congratulations to Violet on this victory. She's moving on to round 2. And we'll move on in this show. She finally got the best of Sayaka. This is going to continue. Let the salt continue to flow. Goes Kaz. We now move on to an Intercontinental Championship round 1 matchup. We had the IronHeart one. Now it is a round 1 matchup on the men's side of things. It is Dominik Mysterio taking on the debuting Joshua Brunt. If that name sounds familiar, that is the son of the current reigning and defending GWE World Heavyweight Champion Cassius Bright, who will go one-on-one with Jay Warlin at Deep Freeze. So can his son get one step closer to the next round of the Intercontinental Championship tournament? Well, we'll just have to find out. Let's turn up that voltage and get this one going. Dominik wins, goes splendid. Hey, Dominik's been improving every single time. Well, that ain't your theme. Dominik Mysterio. Let's see if he can keep pace with his dad. We will just see if that is the case. As... oh, shoot.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Liv Morgan, representing the Judgment Day. From San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominik Mysterio.
Well, I had a feeling this might have happened. I was told through Leah by GM Golden that a few Judgment Day members were here tonight. One of them being Liv Morgan. It seems like this was the reason why. Liv Morgan is out here to support her boyfriend, Dominik Mysterio. Dominik, as I said before, has been improving every single match he's participated in. Now with Liv by his side, he might improve even more. Dom, good luck to you in this one. As here comes his opponent. It is Joshua Bright.
And his opponent, from no place in particular, weighing in at 213 pounds, Sturgeon Joshua.
Well, ain't that wholesome? Dom's got his girlfriend with him. Joshua's brought his dad, the GWE World Heavyweight Champion Cassius Bright. Might be evening out the odds. for this one. We'll see if that stands. The Brights are here. Joshua along with his father, Cassius Bright, here to support his son. Joshua in his first matchup in the GWE. Can he move on in this tournament with his dad watching him? Or will Dominik Mysterio be able to move on himself? Well, there's only one way to find out. Dominik Mysterio, Joshua Bright, here we go. Bobby is out here to call this one as Dom just flies straight in Hurricane Rana. Seeming to me as well, the crowd, at least for the start, on Dom's side, which is very interesting to say the least. Massive credit to Erza for Joshua's outfit. Everything else, Titantron-wise, is, yeah. Massive credit to you two for that. As Joshua flying in, Tornado DDT. And he's coming out the block strong. Moonsault to Dominik. As I see a little bickering going on between Dusk and our question mark mystery man. Or woman, whatever you might be. Dom taking it to Joshua to start out this matchup, but they're going back and forth to start. Forearms and punches from Joshua. Little arm drag afterwards. Big kick. Dom moved there. Little forearms and a swinging. Thought it was a swinging neck breaker. Kind of a swinging reverse DDT almost. And a knee drop from Joshua into the cover. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Liv slid a baseball bat into the ring. Liv Morgan slid a baseball bat into the ring. Good job, though, Bobby. Clearing that right out of there. You did give Joshua Dom's base, which is kind of hilarious. Hurricane Rana from Dom on the outside. These two now taking it to the outside. Dom with Joshua on his shoulders into the barricade, which is just steel. That is just steel barricade. As Joshua struggling to start, Dominik Mysterio flying in crossbody. And he's almost got a signature. Look at Liv. Liv removing the turnbuckle pad as well, and the referee immediately spotting it. Joshua, though, that swinging neck breaker, calling for Dom to get to his feet. As Bobby replacing that turnbuckle pad. Love to see it from the man's. Drop kick by Dom, though, as he got those elbows in. Tope Atomico to Joshua into the cover. A little disrespect shown as well in that cover, but a kick out at 2 by Joshua. As now Dom has a signature built up. So does Joshua, mind you. And now look at that. Cassius. Now it's Cassius's turn to provide a little help for his son. He saw Liv providing those distractions earlier. Now he's going to help out himself. I don't know what the heck Joshua was going for, but he does hit the finisher. He hits that twin shadow fang, the double super kicks, and resiliency's burned by Dom. Joshua, Tope Atomico of his own. Dom's already burned resiliency, and Joshua took that opportunity and ran with it. But Dom, playing a little possum on the outside, tripped him up and took him down. Sending him into one of the 2 announcers' tables on the side and sends him headfirst into it again. And now sends him away. Dom. And now Dom removing the turnbuckle pad. This cheating son of a gun. As we're at a count of 9. As Dom now going up top and waits for Joshua to get up before hitting that double axe handle. Hippo, I swear to you. Welcome in, but I swear to you. Why would you do this? Joshua now waiting in the ring for Dom. Dom's got a finisher built up. And now it's Joshua who goes out to meet him. Little tornado, like arm drag type maneuver from Joshua as these two brawling on the outside even more. Will Cassius fight live at some point? Hopefully not. I don't know if that's a good idea. Cassius and Liv would be a weird one. I'll say that for sure. It's Joshua making sure Dom can't stay on the outside for long. He's got him back in the ring, and he does have a finisher. But look at Dom. Lying, cheating, and stealing in weight. And sets him up. Went for the 3 amigos, and Joshua getting out of it there. Dom right to the back. Bobby fixing one turnbuckle pad, and then Liv fixing the other one. But wait a second. Wait, Dom going up top. Frog splash to Joshua. And I think Liv inadvertently might have just cost Dom. Joshua's just kicked out without having to burn resiliency off the frog splash. Call it poor timing from Liv Morgan. And that might allow Joshua to get himself back into this fight, but right now, it's Dominik Mysterio who goes into the cover. And Joshua still has to burn resiliency anyways. Still took a little too much punishment. But now, the neck breaker from Joshua. Tried to set him up. Didn't land. Whatever he was going for, Hurricane Rana. Big moonsault, though, from Dom. Setting up and choking Joshua. Goes to the outside. Calls for him to get up. Flies in. Drop kick actually misses. And Joshua off the ropes. Underneath. Over top. Tried to set him up for the finisher. Dom reversed it. Sets him up again. There's one suplex. Goes for a second one. And a third. 3 amigos. Delivered. Classic Eddie Guerrero style. Oh, wait a minute. Dom setting Joshua up. Lays him on the ropes. 6-1, no. Joshua caught the 619 attempt. Turns him over. Goes to work on the leg of Dominik Mysterio. Joshua picked him up. Big chop. The strikes. Cloak and dagger. Those combos. Dom stunned. Oh, wait a minute. Went for the finisher. It did not land. He got a little too close on the timing. Double axe handle hits, though. Double axe handle. Turns him over. And stealing up. And look at that. Showing his dad's own move. Bracers hold. Dom taps. Winning with his dad's move. The bracers hold. Dominik Mysterio taps out. And Joshua Bright will move on. Thank you, Joshua. Love to see it. Wow. submissions from the Brights are absolutely insane. Dom tried to... You see right there? The frog splash hit. That was the game changer. Because Liv removed the turnbuckle pad a little bit too early. And that didn't allow for at least Joshua to burn resiliency until then. And there was that cloak and dagger combo, which would set him up with that bracers hold, and Dom had nowhere to go and tapped out. That's what I call family ties. Cassius surely is proud of that one. Surely a proud father moment, as his son will move on in the tournament. He will move to round 2. What do you guys think of my first commission fighter? It was great. Great work, Moon. All because Liv... Yeah, you're not wrong, Flair. Liv kind of cost Dom there on that one. Let me see real quick before I do anything. Never mind. Actually, no, we'll get there. Congratulations to Joshua Bright. He will move on in the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. So we go ahead and move on for the night. I had to delete and re-upload Joshua because I wanted to get the hair right. Fair enough. Judgment Day Clubhouse is going to be funny. It might be. Somebody might want to go, like, find it. I don't know if there is a Judgment Day Clubhouse here. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I haven't found it yet. As we go ahead now and get on with the show. We go ahead and get ourselves going. We got our next match all lined up. It is Akechi going one-on-one with Taka. Wait, check the archives. Sorry, y'all. I just got a text to check the archives. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my gosh, man. These two, they're not in the building. Jacob and Ryan aren't in the building, but they are going at it. They're going at it in the archives building here in the GWE. A little separate building somewhere else. These two still having problems with one another. After all this, they're still going at it with one another. Man, this is ridiculous. I tell you. These two, we're gonna need to see these two go at it. I'm gonna be so for real. Because they have yet to, and it looks like this beef is not getting settled. Jeez, man. Jacob picked up a light tube, but Ryan's stopping him from using it. Went for the clothesline. Ryan and Jacob still going at it. I think a guitar was used as well. Ryan popping right back up, though, saying he's not going to go down that easily. But neither is Jacob, it looks like. Thing is, like, I can't even get security over to this area. They're not in the building. This is a completely different area. He's just using all 3 of the light tubes. Ugh. Light tube to the leg, to the body, and then to the head of Ryan. And where's Jacob going? Just waiting. And he goes right back after Ryan, but he tripped him up. I was going to interview them both, but maybe post-show. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Again, they're in the archives building, Leia. They're not in the GWE building. Either you're going to have to find them there, or you're going to have to find them after the show ends, if they even show up. I don't know where they're going to be. But Ryan sending Jacob away. As he, oh my gosh, picked him up and slammed him. Slammed him down. Jacob's still going at him, though. Now where's he going? He's climbing up. Jacob's climbing up. Near that sign. And Ryan's up as well. Going after him. Face full of boxes, yeah. Jacob's going right. Jacob's waiting for him. Up here. Picks him up. Gut wrench. Oh! Gut wrench powerbomb onto those grates. Big boot right afterwards. And now going up onto that sign. Going up on that sign. Wow. Dusting the feet on the sign in Ryan's direction. And then takes him right down with that shoulder tackle. I don't know what these two are planning right now. I'm not sure what Jacob's planning right now. Ryan, tried to toss him. Jacob tossing him to the side. Oh, super kick. And he lands on those grates again. Elbow drop, though. Ryan, he lands down. And Jacob landed on the grates. Powerful as ever goes Dusk. Oh! That Claymore! But Ryan, no, turned him around. Oh, big boot! He landed on those boxes and then tried to fly off at him, but he landed on the boxes again. No. He was going for neon lights. He was going for neon lights onto those boxes. That would have been deadly if that hit. Jacob lifting him up. Going for his own move. Ryan catching it, though. Went for the kick. That got caught. And there's that boot again. That Claymore again from Jacob. Now where's he going? Where's he going now? Climbing up the ladder. Climbing up to the top of the ladder. And Ryan's right there. Oh my gosh! And he flew at him. Busted him open and it knocked him out. He flew at him from the top of the ladder, busted Ryan open with what looked like a chop to the head, and busted him open and knocked him out. Whoa. My goodness, man. There it was. That move that busted him open and knocked him out all at the same time. Get me back on the screen again, man. Digitize Ryan to your medical. Go right ahead. Good aim. Yeah, insane aim for sure. Let me see. Let me just check real quick. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it at the end of the show, because there's things that we gotta talk about from that. Hope nothing else bad happened. Hopefully not. It looked like to me, Jacob walked away. Yeah, Ryan's in medical. That's good. Jacob walked away from the scene. It looks like. I don't know where he is now. But regardless, we're just gonna have to move on from that, because that was just insane. As we now look to our next matchup. It is the other half of the tag team champions and their number 1 contenders going at it. It is tag champ versus challenger. And number 2, it is Akechi, and it is Kiyotaka Ishimaru. We saw last week Joker got the win over Mondo. Is Akechi going to be able to do the same? Let's find out as we go ahead and turn up the voltage. Am I late? Don't freaking tell me I missed Joshua's match. Yeah, you did. Whoever you are. Welcome on in, though. Glad you to join us. As coming out next, or first, rather, it is Akechi and Joker, Broken Justice. Yep, you did miss Joshua's victory.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Phantom Jester. Representing the Disciples of the Apocalypse from Yamaguchi, Japan. Weighing in at 181 pounds.
Joker and Akechi have been dominant since they got here. Undefeated on both ends. The only team that has competed a lot that has been undefeated. Akechi now looking to make sure Taka gets silenced tonight. Can Broken Justice get all the momentum going in to Deep Freeze on Sunday? We'll have to find out. Akechi in the ring, Joker on the outside of it. Here comes the tag team champions. Taka and Mondo, the Bro G's.
And his opponent, accompanied by Mondo Walter from Yokohama, Japan, weighing in at 205 pounds. One half of the Global World Tag Team Champions, Kiyotaka.
Akechi and the Phantom Thieves for the win. They looking cool tonight. Goes Dusk. Totally going for the Detective Prince is Kaz. A lot of people on Akechi's side, looks like, in the votes. But Taka wanted to make sure that that isn't the case. Looking to pick up some momentum for the Bro G's going into their tag team title match. Let's see if he can do that. It is Akechi. It is Taka. Here we go. As they lock up. I think I know who our little question mark 2 is. Really? If there was a message that was after the first one, I didn't see it. They locked up and Akechi with a little cheap shot. Akechi and Taka look locked in. Oh, they are locked in, all right. Another clean break this time. And they're locking up for a third time. Real graps between these two. Where Mondo is about power, these two looking to put on a little bit of a technical showing. As Taka with that top wrist lock. And now transitions into that headlock. Akechi sweeps him down south. Did I make it that obvious? Might as well come clean. Huh. First there was, second kind of hard not to not figure it out, but I'll be nice and let them reveal themselves. All right. Okay, well, if there was a second message, it didn't pop up on the freaking chat for some random reason. So you know, Joshua's gonna be Oh, it's Estelle. Well, that makes a lot more sense. I should have figured that one. Welcome on in, Estelle. How about that? Good to see you here in the GWE. I know you'll be fighting in your own tournament matches sooner rather than later. I don't know when, but at some point that will happen. Brighter than a light bulb. Fair enough. Akechi and Taka. Well, I was going to say it's even, but not really, because Akechi's kind of dominating Taka, but sends him off the ropes. And, oh my gosh, for the second time, and now it's Joker who grabbed at Taka's leg. Mondo not having it. And Bobby ejects both of them. Look at that. He learned from last week. He's ejected both Joker and Mondo from ringside. And now it's just one-on-one. Taka with a boot. Right to Akechi afterwards. That might be what was needed there. I don't know why the bars are still there. They're gone. Picked up. Dropped him with the signature. That disciplinary drop from Taka. Picking him up. Tried to go for the finish. That got reversed. Looking forward to it. Don't worry, I didn't bring my staff, so be thankful. Okay, good. I didn't know you had a staff. Good to know you didn't bring it. Taka was fun to interview. He said he was going to show them that the law is the way, and that in Taka's own words, he was going to show them true justice. Which is interesting, given the team name of Broken Justice that they're up against. Cover there by Akechi off that super kick to Taka. Kick out at 1. Not even at 2. Kicked out at 1. And a moonsault by Akechi right to Kiyotaka Ishimaru. And he goes to the outside. Stepping out, stepping back in though. And a big splash. Akechi signature reversed by Taka. Turned around into a roll-up. Roll-up by Taka. Trying to use exactly what they've been doing. And by they, I mean Broken Justice. Picked him up. Wait a minute. He's gone from the back end this time. Disciplinary drop. Right to Akechi. Cover. Kick out at 2. Akechi didn't have resiliency built up. And Taka looking to set him up again. And this time it's looking like it might land. Moral authority. Cover by Taka. And Akechi burns resiliency. Putting them into the corner. And Taka with those elbows right to the head of Akechi. Swiping him across that Detective Prince's face. Don't know if I call it a pretty face or not, but you know. That's up to interpretation. Taka with that knee. Akechi knocked out of the way though. Picked him up. Went for the finish. And Taka got out of it. Honestly, since I'm new here, might as well see how this goes. This match is insane. It sure is, Estelle. As Taka sets up Akechi again for another moral authority. And Akechi has been rocked by Taka. Advantage tag champs. The advantage for this week, going into Deep Freeze, falls with the tag champs. And it was all Akechi to start, but the second that both Joker and Mondo got ejected, Taka was able to turn it all around and basically reverse dominate Akechi. There was the first moral authority, which would burn Akechi's resiliency, sweeping away at the face there. So the title is the tiebreaker. Let's see. It is, in fact, the tiebreaker. Mondo lost to Joker. Taka beats Akechi. The tiebreaker will be Sunday when they go at it for the Tag Team Championships. It's that second moral authority. Put Akechi down.
Here is your winner,
Taka picked up the win tonight. The Fan Thieves doing no wrong as always. Well, I wouldn't exactly say that. Joker did, grab the leg of Taka when, let's be for real, they ain't supposed to do that in matches that they're not involved in. I'ma be for real right now. But a victory nonetheless for Taka tonight. Oh, Joker brought in a bat? I didn't even notice that one. Well, how about that? Yeah, color me surprised. I didn't even notice that he himself brought in a bat. 71% of you on Akechi, 29 on Taka. Taka picked up the victory in this one. Congratulations to him. That is some momentum built in. Next up, people in the tournament now to take notes. Absolutely, Estelle. Because right now, it is two superstars making their debut. It is the IronHeart Championship Round 1, featuring a couple debuting superstars, as I just said. It is Chaos, and it is March 7th. Both of them looking for their first win here. One of them will move on in this tournament. Who's it going to be? Well, we'll find out. Let's turn up that voltage. Here we go. Who the frick is DM'd me? Somebody DM me? I don't know. I don't know, but here comes Chaos. It is Chaos making their debut tonight. Now, I don't know if those are dragon wings or something else. It's got some wings on. Very cool. Oh, nice little front cartwheel right there. All right, Chaos. Go off. Gotta vote Chaos. Haven't seen them in a bit. What do you mean you haven't seen them? You know, I'm not even going to question it. I'm not questioning it. Chaos making their debut tonight in the GWE. Can they pick up this win? Well, apparently, Chaos has got themselves a very tough opponent in the form of March 7th. Look at that, she brought a little pinata out there. Anyone who calls themselves a concept is dangerous in their own rights. Absolutely, but also, apparently March is a very dangerous competitor. I don't know much about her, but from outside sources, she's pretty strong. Which I'm kind of surprised about, considering her little smaller demeanor. But doesn't matter if you're smaller or taller, who knows what could happen. I'm pretty sure it isn't someone's birthday, but alright. I don't think it is, Estelle. I don't think it is anybody's birthday, but March just bring out a pinata, because why not? Let's see if those sources are correct or dead wrong. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Chaos, March 7th. Here we go. Let's get this one going. Oh, March tried to fly in with a knee straight at the get-go, but Chaos flying themselves with that drop kick. And it doesn't look like we're going to be getting a little bit of a technical showcase. We might get a little bit of a high-flying showcase between these two. As March actually, dang, choking Chaos out here a little bit. My gosh. Jeez, March, my goodness. Setting up. Knee moved out of the way, though. Does Chaos. Never mind, what am I saying? Commentator's curses. Now they've locked up. Little Wrist lock from Chaos. Get a little bit more pressure on it now into the top wrist lock. Getting a little bit more pressure on it. March, I'm not sure how much of her offense is arm-based, but Chaos trying to target it to start. Cover early. Kick out at 1, though, by March. Goes for the cover again. The Chaos! Chaos tried to use the ropes there, but the ref saw it and stopped that pin from happening as they lock up again. As March now pushing Chaos into the corner and a clean break. Kind of odd to be named after a date, we'll say. Yeah, it is. It is odd. I don't know why she's named March 7th in particular. I've seen people named March, but I haven't seen people named March 7th in particular. I don't know. Either way, that forearm hit by March into the cover, kicked out at 1 as Chaos stands right up. Off the ropes. Bill, big clubbing blow, but Chaos standing right back up. Off the ropes again. Got the clothesline, and March with a clothesline of her own. Flying in again, and that drop kick lands for a second time. This one could get very interesting as March tried to drag Chaos to the ropes, but gets those elbows in. Sent into the corner. Chaos picking March up. Oh no, I thought he was going for a tornado DT. Instead, rocking the arm, a little arm bar, using the ropes for a little bit of leverage there. Let it go, and now just dang. Slapped March right in the face and then dropped her on her butt. Cover right afterwards, but a kick out immediately by March. Chaos. Looking to fly again, that drop kick, but doesn't land this time. March saw it coming and just decided to step out of the way just for a little bit. And that caused Chaos to miss, but these two still going at it. March tried to slap Chaos back, but instead hits a Hurricane Rana. And both of them have now built up a signature. March went for, I think, probably the signature. But either way, it was moved out the way as March locking in an armbar and then a leg lock. Calls that crystal capture, but Chaos gets out of it immediately. Making sure that doesn't... Chaos! The frick was that? Sprayed some sort of mist in the face of March and then kicked her in the head. Calls that Stardust, apparently. And now goes to the corner, lining up. Cosmic reading. March doesn't have resiliency. Cover. Oh, I thought that was it. March kicking out at 2. As a last possible second. Didn't have resiliency burnt up, but kicked out. Modified moveset? Yeah, it's a modified moveset. Kind of. A lot of it was Rio's suggestions. Climbing up top. Goes March. Looking to fly. Big forearm. Takes Chaos down. And March rages up. Has now got 2 finishers stocked up. Sends Chaos back into the ring. And could be looking for one of those finishers right now. Went for it, and it got reversed by Chaos. Oh! What a boot! Chaos reigns right down on March, and resiliency is burned. Resiliency burned on March as Chaos climbing up top. March could be in trouble. Drop kick. I'm sorry, did that drop kick just like, did March just take it and didn't move? Dang. Well, alrighty then. Just didn't move. Okay, March. But Chaos with that arm wringer. Taking March down. Goes to the corner. Hip attack. And sends March into the corner. But gets caught. March still has a finisher. Goes in the corner with it. Kick to the leg. Big forearm. March. You might not be sold just yet, Flair, but if March can turn this thing around, you might just have to be. And she's climbing up top. Could be looking to set up Chaos. Oh! A somersault into a drop kick. Chaos burns resiliency now. Photographic plummet from March. Did a full flip and then hit the drop kick. And actually tries to go into the cover right afterwards, but Chaos kicks out at 2. Chaos surviving. March taking a second to look around, then kicking Chaos down. Moonsault did not land. It is an even playing field indeed after that insane drop kick, but it's takedown by Chaos, who almost has that signature built up, and now they do. Picked up, kick reversed, but a kick back from Chaos. Inzaguri to the side of the head. March is nearly stunned. Calls for to get up. Chaos flies in crossbody. And goes to the cover with all the damage done. That could very well just do it for March 7th. But it doesn't. March kicks out at 2. Not done just yet. Knee to the face by Chaos. But March got right back up. Rolled out the way. Crossbody. Running crossbody from March. Picked up. Power bomb from the corner. Goes into the cover. And now it could be Chaos who might be out of this one. But it's Chaos who kicks out at 2. And March, not done yet. Calls for Chaos to get up. But keep in mind, doesn't have a finisher. Doesn't have a signature. Just goes to the middle ropes. Double axe handle missed. There's that kick again. Chaos reigns. Right to the jaw of March. Chaos will move on. Chaos moves on with a very game effort from March 7th. These two, a boot to the head. You're dang right. She moves on indeed. It was very back and forth with this one. But there you see there, that missed to the face and a kick right to the head of March. Nothing was on March's face though, so I don't know if that was just like spit or if that was some other thing that Chaos just had, but March was still fighting to hit that photographic plummet, that insane front flipping drop kick. That double axe handle didn't land at the end, and that's set up for Chaos reigns for a second time. And that would put March away. Literal start. Oh, it was literal Stardust. All right. I'm hopeful that that's not illegal or anything like that. Sources were definitely right. Both of these women had a banger. March does have fight, but it wasn't enough tonight because Chaos will advance in the tournament. Oh, shoot. And I'm going to go ahead and confirm this right now because we actually do already have a round 2 matchup. It is Chaos one-on-one with Clover Fields. That will be a round 2 matchup in the IronHeart Championship Tournament. And with what I've seen from both competitors, that's sure to be one heck of a banger. 71% of you on Chaos, 29 on March. It's March, who's unable to pick up the win. Chaos got it done. Congratulations goes to Chaos. We will see them in the second round, where they will take on Clover Fields. Now then, this match, coming up next, it's got some stipulations attached, as we know. It is a little tag action. It is the Venom Vixens going 2-on-2 with the Blades of the Aegis. Pyra and Mythra making their debuts against the #1 contenders to the Women's Tag Team Championships. Harley Quinn and Jury taking on Pyra and Mythra. Remember, if Pyra and Mythra win, after Deep Freeze, they are guaranteed to be the #1 contenders to the Tag Team Championships, no matter who is champion. If the Venom Vixens win, though, it's back of the line to the Blades. We'll see who can get it done as we turn up the voltage for this match. And here comes Jury and Harley Quinn, the Venom Vixens.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, the Psycho and the Psycho Haley Quinn. Toxic Attraction.
The Blades are going to have to deal with these two. After last week, it was Pyra who on her own tried to jump these two. She fought back and fought hard against both Jury and Harley Quinn at the same time. It wasn't enough though. Pyra definitely not 100% going into this, and I don't know if these two are 100% going into this given the beating that Pyra was able to give them. They might not be 100% going into the tag team title match next week. But here comes the Blades of the Aegis. I wonder if these Blades will use actual blades. Well,
And their opponent, Mistress Ray and Blade. The Blade Runner.
that's an interesting statement there, Dusk. Maybe somebody can, somebody want to explain to Dusk what Pyra and Mythra actually are? That's a good-looking Mythra. Thank you, appreciate it. I had to make this one. I had to make this Mythra. They're supposed to be actual swords. Yeah, they are. The Pyra and Mythra are actual swords, just given human form. So, yeah. These two fired up, though. Going into this matchup, they're wanting some revenge. And they look to get it tonight. Harley Quinn starting off against Mythra. Here we go, Lorenzo calling this one. And Mythra straight away goes after Harley Quinn. Spinning around and slapping her across the top of the head. Said, sit down. Mythra taking it early to this jester of Harley Quinn. Went for the kick, got caught, and a clothesline from Mythra. Pyra and Mythra, my beloveds. There you go, Polka. Let's see if they can get the win tonight. As Mithra almost has Harley stunned out the gate, but sent into Lorenzo. But taking Harley down anyways, that ground and pound from Mithra. Went for the knee, Harley moved out the way. Big drop kick, sending Mithra halfway across the ring. Flies in and sat right down on her butt. Completely missed. Oh, roll up. Roll up from Mithra there. Kicked out by Harley. Sweep of the leg, though, by Mithra as Harley Quinn taking her down. That face first drop. Back drop kick to the back from Harley Quinn and a kick to the arm. Talk about these two here. These two, Jury and Harley Quinn, they're dangerous. They're venomous. They know where to strike and how hard to strike. And there's that forearm right to the face of Mithra as Jury was tagged in and Mithra's now stunned. They are cold, they are calculated, and they look to take the tag team titles on Sunday. Mithra tried to get to her corner, but Jury was not having it. That kick to the side of the head by Jury off the ropes. Mithra trying to build up some steam, but Jury does as well. Turns her inside out with that clothesline. And rolls to the outside as Harley is tagged back in. Mithra now rolls back into the ring, but Harley is right there to meet her off the ropes. Underneath. And sweep the leg. No. Mithra actually caught herself and then delivered a punch to the head. I'm just going to say it. I do not trust those Venom girls. I don't know if anybody does. But the tag is made now to Pyra. And a wheelbarrow into a neck breaker. And Pyra, little high-flying offense, hits that moonsault. Pyra, a little bit fresher. Goes into this one. Harley stunned, but tags Mithra back in. And they're setting up now. Look at this. Little poetry in motion from the Blades. Harley rolls to the outside. Mithra right there. Not giving them a single second to breathe. What a spear from Mithra. That photon break on the outside sends Harley back into the ring. Little classic tag team maneuver. And Harley, center to the outside, makes the tag into Jury. Mithra slides back into the ring. Jury, I think spit in her hand or something. Either way, Mithra got caught there with that reverse DDT. Goes into the cover now on Mithra. And a kick out at 1. As Jury stopping that tag from being made. Goes to the middle ropes. Knee drop of Mithra moved out of the way. Who has a finisher? I'll keep that in mind. Tried to go into the corner, but Jury sent her into it instead. Charges up. Jury running in. Big drop kick. Landed on her feet right afterwards. Sent into the corner of the Venom Vixens, and the tag's made to Harley Quinn. Double team now from these two. Harley setting her up here. And look at this. Little gory bomb planted from both of them. The Blades are, in fact, bringing the fight to the Vixens, but right now it's the Vixens who have control, but Pyra's tagged in. Harley tried to stop it, wasn't able to. Sent into the corner, but a tag made again to Jury. Double team offense. An elbow from Jury onto a backbreaker from Harley Quinn. And the Vixens trying to take control once again. Ugh! Both knees into the back of Pyra. That had to have hurt. Sent into the corner. Once again, tag made again to Harley Quinn. And they're going for these frequent tags. And they're setting up for it again. I tried to interview them. Keyword was tried. Guess they didn't want to get an interview for Leia. There's that gory bomb again. As Harley Quinn trying to fly, but that just cost her a little bit there because Pyra's made the tag to Mythra. Quick roll up by Mythra. Kick out at 1. A kick out at 1 by Mythra. Taking her away from the ropes. Set up Mythra with those strikes, but Harley got out of it. Turned around. Set up Hurricane Rana from Harley Quinn. And I want to point out that both Jury and Harley have signatures. Mythra has a finisher. They could use those moves at any point in time, as Jury might have been looking to use one, but instead gets sent into the corner by Mythra. Set up on the top. Mythra gets caught though. Jury. Oh, big kick. Big kick to the side of the head by Mythra, and Jury rolled to the outside. Quick and easy there. Off the ropes. Mythra drop down into that double leg drop there. Lightning Buster to Jury. Harley came in, but Jury actually kicked out anyways without resiliency. Sent into the corner. Went for the tag, did not get it. And Jury rolls through into a super kick. But Mythra popped right up. Turned around. Into a backbreaker. Knee drop. Moved out the way though by Jury. There's that drop kick. Landed on her feet. Tried to run through, but gets caught there. Big kick from Mythra. Slap right afterwards, and a clothesline to the back of the head of Jury Han. And the tag is made to Pyra, who is close to building up a signature right now. They said something I wasn't curious about learning. Fair enough. Tried to go for the tag again. Jury stopped it. And now puts Pyra on the ropes. Those punches. Oh my, she's biting her. Jury biting Pyra. And's got her stunned. Off the ropes. Roll through into a knee to the face from Jury. Into the cover. And that brings Mythra in, and Pyra kicks out. Got threatened with a hammer and a kick. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I mean, not the best idea. Oh, speaking of a kick, there's one right to the side of Pyra's head. And the tag is made to Harley Quinn. But a counter by Pyra. Set on the ropes. Big chop from Pyra off the ropes. Oh, the knees to the back. That Aegis spiral. And that brings Jury in to break it up. And now Pyra has a finisher. Those shots right to the gut of Harley Quinn. Momentum now in favor of the Blades as Mythra's tagged in. That's rude. I was there. They'd be getting a stick upside the head. Honestly, Estelle, I'm right there with you. As Harley Quinn with that Hurricane Rana. Oh no. And set Mythra up for the punchline. Delivered. But Pyra's in to break it up now. And I want you to keep in mind, Harley Quinn has a signature still. Landed right on her butt, but still has a signature that she could use. Mythra, though, sends Harley into the corner. Might need to make that tag, and does so. Tag made to Pyra. Double team from the Blades. And a little quick offense. Big clothesline. Tandem offense. There's an elbow, and an elbow from the middle ropes. The Blades with some quick offense onto Harley Quinn. But gets pushed away. Harley now setting up for the Harley elbow. No. Pyra moved out the way of it. Springboard. Big disaster kick. Set up. Pyra rolls through into the Flame Nova. bridges it perfectly. Harley does not have resiliency, and that's it. The Blades put away the Venom Vixens. No matter what, come the end of Deep Freeze, the Blades will have a #1 contendership guaranteed and a tag team championship match, as our mysterious friend here says, after Deep Freeze. We will see that. It will be Pyra and Mithra, the Blades of the Aegis, versus either the Twin Dragons or a rematch against the Venom Vixens again, if the Venom Vixens just so happen to beat Chie and Yukiko for the tag team titles. There is a world where we see this run back for a second time with the titles on the line. Absolutely, they fight the champs no matter what. As you see here, Pyra with that Aegis spiral, and it looked like that was enough there. Harley, though, took it to Mithra and would set up for that punchline. And as everything was going on, Pyra would take the advantage, would know that Jury couldn't come in to break it up, would hit the Flame Nova, bridge it perfectly, and pick up the win over the Venom Vixens, securing the Blades a title match. A big win. A big win on their tag team debut for the Blades of the Aegis as they take down the #1 contenders. And you gotta think, that's gonna mess with them a little bit going into Sunday against Chie and Yukiko, and you do not want to be in the wrong mindset up against those two. 67% of you on the Blades and 33% on the Venom Vixens. The Clowns could barely hold their own versus one. They lost against two. We'll see what they can do against Chie and Yukiko on Sunday. Dang, what a match. But now, this matchup is going to be a very, very interesting one. A very fun one. And if it goes well enough, this could be one that might steal the show. It is an Intercontinental Championship Round 1 matchup. It is Johnny Cage up against the Luminary of the Stars, Kaito Momota. Guess that shows the Blades work best together. It does seem like that is the case. These two, though, they don't work together. They clearly work alone. Johnny Cage, Kaito, one of them will move on to round 2 of the tournament. How many low blows are we getting? Hopefully none. But knowing Johnny Cage, who knows? Kaito's mimosas. Let's go ahead and turn up the voltage off that. Great transition. And here comes little Mortal Kombat fighter, Johnny Cage.
Making his way to the ring from Hollywood, California, weighing in at 190 pounds, A-list
Johnny Cage, a master of, well, low blows. We saw 3 low blows, or 4 low blows actually, in the only other matchup that Johnny Cage was in. Which still is hilarious looking back on it. But now Johnny has a chance to move on in the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. He doesn't have to worry about 3 competitors against him. He's just got to worry about 1. However, the one he's facing is quite a resilient one. It is the Luminary of the stars, Kaito Momota.
Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Kaito, you know he's got to be scouting. You knew he was scouting Johnny Cage's moveset going into this matchup. You know he's got to be weary of those low blows. As our mysterious friend says, like our Astro friend ain't going to be having kids once Cage is done here. Kaito's got to have scouted that move. He's going to need to know to get out of it if it's coming for him. Kaito, we've seen him be resilient in the past. Can he be resilient again tonight? And that resilience might take him far in the tournament. Or it might not. We'll just have to see as he takes on a Hollywood actor and fighter in Johnny Cage. Either way, Kaito still looks fired up and ready for this fight. Not his little Maki rules, David. Not his Maki rules. My gosh, man. Set up, here we go. Johnny Cage, Kaito Momota. Clarabelle calling this one, here we go. Big kick to the leg from Kaito, and they lock up early. Two very similar, and well, I wouldn't say similar, very different styles between both Johnny Cage and Kaito. I mean, Johnny just doing that, apparently. Going into that wrist lock with all that pizzazz. And now wrenching away with that top wrist lock. He had all the pizzazz going into that one. Had to flip around all over the place, do a little freaking cartwheel while he was at it. Johnny Cage, whether you like it or not, or whether you like him or not, he's all about the fans. And the audience's participation. The Cagelings and Dwarf Planets. My gosh. Johnny sending Kaito into the corner. Big kicks, big strikes. And big spinning kick from Kaito. Jeez. Freaking flipped out of that one. I barely even talk because of that, how cool that was. It was a very cool kick. Johnny now sending him off the ropes. Big strike to the gut. And a forearm to the face. Ripcord forearm. Cover on Kaito. Kick out at one. Flies in. Moonsault. I wonder what happened if Johnny Cage met The Miz. I don't know if I want to ever see that. Let's be so for real. And an SOS from Johnny. And now catching the leg of Kaito as he was trying to kick him while he was down. Johnny with that neck breaker. And right now it's been all Johnny. Kaito has not been able to figure him out to start this one. Big punch. Went for another one. Got it the third time around. Went for it again and missed. 2 of 4 attempts hit. This time making sure he's hitting these ones. 10 beats of the Baldrin to Kaito Momota. Little Hollywood special right there. Was doing research for that. Wrestling research for that one for sure. Johnny's a bit much out of the ring, but the guy is a Mortal Kombatant. So he's still strong. He sure is. He has strength to him and he's got agility. Kaito's going to have to figure out a way to get around that. Yo, I'm going to be so for real. I think Johnny just tried to low blow him right there. I think he tried to go for that low blow special. But like I said that Kaito needed to do, he had it scouted. And now look at that little sharpshooter figure 4 on the outside. As Kaito turns Johnny around, lifts him up, plants him down with that luminary slam. Going away to work on the leg now. of Johnny. We're at a count of 5 as Kaito sends him away. Count of 6. Kaito gets back in the ring and now is waiting for Johnny. Count of 8. That signature busted Johnny open as well. It did, yeah. Johnny got cut on his forehead. As Kaito, grabbing him by the back of the head, puts him in the corner. We've seen him hit that other side from the top ropes before. I think he might have been looking for it, but Johnny got out of there and working away at the arm. Sets him up off the ropes now, and a forearm right to the face by Johnny Cage. And dropping him, putting all the body weight onto Kaito. Missed that moonsault. Now Kaito trying to take advantage of that. Goes right into the cover. Kick out at 1 by Johnny. Tried to grab him. Johnny with the kick. Off the ropes. Punch to the gut. No, Kaito caught it. Puts him in the corner again. Kaito, no. Caught by Johnny. Big kicks to the face, and Kaito's busted open. Or not busted open, he's stunned. Completely different thing. And I thought that might have busted him open, though. Knee to the face from Johnny from the top. Kick out at 2, though, from Kaito. And he hops right up. Rolls out the way. Slams Johnny down. Spinning around. Oh, and slapped him in the face. Slapped him in the top of the head, at least. Kaito picking him up, fireman's carry position. Gut buster. Dropped him onto the knees. Oh, and Johnny rolled to the outside. But it doesn't matter. Even if you're standing, Kaito might still go for the moon landing. And he sure as well did. Moon landing. Stood up and hit him with it. Resiliency is burned from Johnny. Kaito has now got an opening, now has an advantage against Johnny. Flies in, drop kick, right to that open wound of Johnny Cage. Climbs back up to the top, flies in, knee drop of his own. Caught him right on the face, and that might just have caught Johnny right there, but it didn't. At least not for the 3. Johnny kicking out at 2. It is not over just yet, but it could very well be, because Kaito has just raged up, and there's the other side. Right in the center of the ring, and that's gotta be it. Kaito is moving on. I told you, Kaito is a resilient competitor, but he sure is a good one as well. And I told you he had to look out for that low blow special. The one time Johnny went for it, Kaito stopped him. Kaito was rolling after reversing that move. As Johnny, there you see that knee drop to the face of Kaito wasn't enough to put the luminary of the stars away right there. As Johnny rolled in the ring, he thought he was safe, but got caught with a standing moon landing. And when Johnny thought that he was going to be able to kick out, he did, but had to burn resiliency to it. There's that drop kick there from Kaito. And we thought this would do it right here. A knee drop from the top from Kaito this time around. But Johnny surviving. But when it looked like he wasn't going to be done, Kaito raged up and said, let me put him away. Hits the other side. Right in the center of the ring. Kaito will move on in the tournament. Now that I must be going, given the show will be over afterwards. See y'all next week. See you later, Moon, and good luck in our main event. Kaito, 83% of you on favor of Kaito, 17 for Johnny. Kaito big win for him. And now, it is main event time.
A storm.
It is a tag team matchup with the stipulation for Miu and Liliana's matchup at Deep Freeze on the line. It is Miu and Clover versus Lilliana and Moon Mage. Kaito apparently saved everyone's groins in the men's side. That's good. Apparently that's the case, Estelle. The main event. Will Miu and Clover be able to get another win, or will Moon pick up the victory with Liliana? Liliana or Miu will be able to select their stipulation for Deep Freeze on Sunday. We'll find out what it might be. But first, we gotta see who wins this tag team matchup. So, let's get this main event going as we turn up the voltage one final time tonight. I'm curious as to what the stipulations could be. I don't know what they are just yet. I've not been told by either one of them. It is in fact main event time, and here's the person who started this all. Miu Iruma.
Tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first from Miami, Mean U.
It was just supposed to be a nice old one-on-one between Miu and Liliana. But instead of fighting Liliana, Miu ducked her. And fought, instead of having her fight Liliana, put Clover in there instead. Those two have been teaming up ever since. Liliana and Miu would go at it backstage, and Liliana would help out by getting Moon Mage on her side to combat the 2-on-1 that was Miu and Clover. Tonight, we see the tag team matchup between these two teams, these four competitors. The stipulation for Liliana and Miu's match in the balance. We'll just have to see who does it. Clover betray Miu for the funny. Speaking of Clover, here she comes.
From Tokyo, Japan,
Clover does have a championship tournament to worry about. She's already moved on to round 2. So who knows if she's going to want to go all out in this one. We see if Liliana gets to choose a match to get vengeance, or if Miu gets another one over on Liliana. Because so far it leans in Miu's favor of going over. At least for right now, it sure does. Especially with someone like Clover on Miu's side. Given I heard both Clover and Liliana are also in that IronHeart tournament, might as well take notes on my end. You probably should, Estelle, considering both of them, yeah, as you said, are in that tournament. Clover's already moved on to round 2. Liliana, we're waiting on that matchup. We don't know who she's facing just yet. But right now, somebody who isn't in that tournament helping out Liliana, it is Moon Mage. Moon Mage, someone who was contending for the GWE Women's Championship just a bit ago. Wasn't able to get it, as she was put in that fatal 4-way with herself, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, and Marin, and was unfortunately the first one eliminated, which would end in Julia winning the match and winning the championship. Moon looking to get her way back to that championship. This might be a way to do so. My bet's on my wife, because, well, she's my wife. She deserves... Poker, you have like 4. What are you, Tengen? I hope somebody got that reference. Let's see if Moon Mage has gotten any better or if losing that opportunity has turned them into, as this mysterious person said, a jobber. I don't know if it's a jobber, because Moon's still been putting up quality match after quality match. Oh, your wife, Varessa. Varessa's not, Varessa's not here. Rude. And here comes Lilliana. You have apparently he does. Well, she should be. Well, she hasn't shown up yet. Tengen reference. Take all the notes, Estelle. It's always good to know your opponents. Here comes Lilliana. Okay, I should probably keep talking, actually. Listen, I'm sorry, the song's a bang. Lilliana has been rather forged in combat with Miu over these past few weeks. Every single time they've gone at it, minus their one backstage brawl, Miu's gotten one over on them. Whether it's through distractions to help Clover, whether it's through completely ducking Lilliana, they have not had the chance to go one-on-one fully. They'll do that on Sunday. Tonight, it's a tag team matchup. The Dominus and Tier. It sure is. Sure is, Kara. Lilliana might get the opportunity to take out some aggression on Miu herself in this matchup. From what Dad was telling me, I know at least if I got Lily to dodge that mandible claw of hers, she does have that mandible claw at her disposal. But it looks like right now it's Moon Mage and Miu starting this one off. As Miu is sending Moon into the corner early doors and kicking her while she's down. Really? We're doing this already, Miu? We're doing this already? My gosh. Cover. Kicked out. Not even at one. Already Miu just straight up with the freaking hip attack. As Moon flying in. Flipped over. Reverse DDT. Classic Moon Mage style. Already going for the aggravation. And there's a side effect from Moon Mage, and look at that, right away, makes the tag to Lilliana. We're getting it early. Little preview of Deep Freeze. Miu and Lilliana going at it. Lilliana turns Miu around right to the throat with that clubbing blow. Lilliana calling for Miu to get up. Big kick, and then a double axe handle. Cover. Kick out at one by Miu. How about Miu with a jaw jacker there and a German suplex. Big kicks from Miss Iruma and slams Lilliana to the mat. Oh, and look at this. Miu not wanting to stay in for very long. Makes the tag to Clover. But Lilliana's right there. She's had to deal with Clover a couple times. And she's learned each and every single time. There's that clothesline to the face. And then Moon Mage with a little, I want to say cheap shot there. But also it's kind of deserved. Unbiased aside for a second. Remind me not to tell Shara about GWE. I worry she might do the same thing Miu did to Moon. Oh gosh, yeah. That'd be concerning. We don't need to have so many people doing that move, please. We already have one who does it way too often. Lilliana sending Clover into the corner, and the tag is made to Moon Mage. Look at this little setup here. Brainbuster from Lilliana, and a frog splash from Moon Mage. Okay, little double team offense right there. A Clover gets caught now by Moon. And right now, it's been all Moon and Lilliana. But Clover is not looking to keep it that way. going for the power bomb, but Moon getting those shots in and gets Clover stunned. Big kicks from Moon Mage, big enziguri right afterwards. And now makes the tag to Lilliana as Clover. Liliana's raged up and she wants it. She wants Miu in this matchup, and immediately the second Miu tagged in, clotheslined her out of oblivion. Lining up. Miu was about to be caught by that violinist claw, but she got out of it. She was able to get that elbow up before she could get hit with that violinist claw. Off the ropes, Miu roll through into the knee, right to the face. And I want to keep in mind, Miu's got a signature and a finisher, but it's caught. Liliana catches that kick. Off the ropes, picked up, pop-up punch. Right to Miu, and she's wanted to get her hands on her this whole time, and is doing just that. Sent into the corner and makes the tag to Moon Mage, and they're actually going for it again. That brain buster into the frog splash for a second time, this time to Miu. Miu, though, kipping up. And wait a minute, Miu trying to go straight after Liliana, turned her attention away from Moon Mage, and that was enough for Moon to hit that back suplex. And now might be waiting for Clover, and is doing just that. As Moon gets back in the ring, big forearm to Clover. Kick dodged, though, by Clover. And Liliana with a cheap shot. But again, probably deserved. Clover catching the offense, though, off the ropes. Rolled through, and a big kick to the midsection of Moon. Goes to the outside. Looking to call for Moon Mage to get up, but actually drops down instead. Send up, big thrust to the throat from Clover as Moon with a chop block. Right to the knee of Clover. Tried to trip her up, but Moon goes back to the knee. And that might have been an important thing for her to do. Ushigoroshi. And then a knee to the back. And now was, I think, setting up for something. But instead climbs up top. Elbow to the back. From the top ropes. Cover on Clover, and it's actually brought Miu in to break it up. And the tag's made to Liliana. Clover's getting rocked here. Liliana off the ropes, senton. And now taking it to Clover. But now makes the tag back to Moon, who has a signature, who has a finisher, lines up. Moonsault moved out of the way, though, by Clover. Clover, kick, gets swept from Moon, and a clothesline to the back of the head. And this could be an opening here for Moon. Locks in the calf crusher to the legs of Clover. Is Clover going to have to burn? No, she doesn't. Clover gets out of it without having to burn resiliency. Over. Wait a second. Set up. Set up for the Moon Clash. Right to Clover. Keep in mind, Miu can't come in to break this one up. That's resiliency from Clover. Got all that Moon Clash. Went for the moonsault again, and Clover got out of the way. Sent into the corner. And Clover makes the tag right to Miu. Big slam into a side effect from Miu into the cover. Kick out at 1. Quit trying that mid-ring dive. It's not been working. It's not been working for Moon. Off the ropes. Underneath. Over. Sling blade from Miu. Signature and finisher both built up. Off the ropes again. Went for the boot. Went for that boot, and Moon got out of the way of it and might have just put her in position. Moon clash for a second time. Cover on Miu brings Clover in to break it up. Into the corner as Moon turns Miu around. Clubbing blow, pushed into the corner, German suplex. But Miu standing back up, forearm to the face. Miu, kick there. Went for a DDT, but Moon with the bridge on that Northern Light suplex. Miu kicking out at 2, didn't burn. Forearms to the face. Forearms punches to the face, and that moonsault this time it connects. Off the ropes, knee drop, Miu out of the way. What? Oh my gosh! Went for a freaking hip attack, freaking rear view, but the tag's been made. In comes Lilliana, and could be looking to set Miu up. Getting to her feet. Lilliana right there. Off the ropes. Back body drop. Miu not interested, quit it. Strikes to the throat from Lilliana, who has a signature built up. Dropped. Two-handed choke bomb. And now, look at a Lion Tamer. Lion Tamer locked in on Miu and burns resiliency from it. Yo, I'm gonna be for real. I didn't know Lilliana had that move. Like, dang. Set up though, dropping Lilliana down there. Knee right. She kicked out at nothing. Didn't even kick out at 1. She kicked out at nothing. All right. DDT though from Miu. Big kick, looking for that DDT again, and another one. 2 in a row, making the tag to Clover. Oh, Clover stole the violinist claw. Lilliana was going for it, and she stole it, and Moon's there to break it up. Can't speak. Leg drop from Clover, and a neck snap right after. Move theft there. Miu's tagged back in, and she's got a signature built up. Where's she going? I don't know where she's going, but right now, looking to set. Miu, I don't know what in the world you were going for there, but whatever it was, it didn't exactly work. Off the ropes, over top, drop kick lands. And Lilliana rolls to the outside from that one. Popped up. Big strikes and a clothesline. Down goes Miu. Elbow. Right to the midsection. Kick to the back of the leg. As Lilliana sets Miu up. Power bomb position. Power bomb drop down. Miu sent away into the steps, and she's stunned off that. Stunned right now. Lilliana taking the opportunity to get her back in the ring. And I'll be honest, might need to make the tag into Moon. Went for the throat thrust there. Instead hits a big boot. Sets her up. Off the ropes goes Lilliana. Big boot missed. Miu with the forearm. And now goes to make the tag to Clover. Clover now back in this one. Landed right on her butt. Might have cost her there. Lilliana tossing Clover aside. Picked up. Forearms, punches. Clover's stunned. Big lariat from Lilliana. And now goes to make the tag to Moon Mage. Signature and finisher set up. Big strikes from Moon. There's that clothesline, that little blitz right there. Truly phenomenal. Tried to send her to the outside. Clover with that cheap shot though. Flies in. Drop kick. But Moon popping right up. That kicks from Clover. Big super kick and Moon stunned. Tag made to Miu. And goes for the cover. Oh, wait a minute. Miu trying to use the ropes like she did before. But Moon kicked out at one. Oh, no. And now Miu's stealing a move. She steals the Moon Clash. Cover. Lilliana didn't come in. And Moon kicked out without resiliency. But set up again. Oh no, could be looking for the gorgeous girl genius. Back suplex, German suplex, vertical suplex right afterwards. Gorgeous girl genius into the cover, and now Lilliana comes in to break it up, but takes out the referee in the process. And sent to the outside by Miu. Split leg, doesn't land. Big kicks, caught by Moon. Miu catching that with a punch. Head scissors, DDT. Keeping each other fresh indeed. Arm drag from Moon. Off the ropes, referee back up. Underneath, over top. Big kick, and right into the Moonlight Drive. Dragging Miu away from the ropes and goes for the cover. Might have to bring Clover in here, and does. Clover comes in to break that one up as Moon sends Clover off the ropes, but then flies in, takes out Miu in the process, and then takes out Clover. Moon Mage is on one right now. Big kick, but it's blocked by Miu. Swept from underneath. Neck breaker. Miu spins around. Big punch to the face. And the tag's made back to Clover. Clover, big senton. Goes for the cover on Moon after all that damage. She still doesn't burn resiliency. Hold up, does she have resiliency? Hold on. She still does. She still got resiliency. Goes for the cover again, saying that can't be. Oh my gosh, she kicked out at nothing. Tag made to Miu. And she's just standing there like, what do we gotta do? What do we gotta do to put her away? And Moon makes the tag to Lilliana, which might have been needed. Double arm whip there, and a kick to both the front and the back of Miu. And a rake to the eyes by Lilliana. Sister Lily brings in Clover to break it up. And Liliana's got two finishers. Miu, though, popped up, tried to set up for the violinist claw. Didn't get it. Reversed by Liliana. Set up now. Tag made back to Moon. Set up. Oh, no, there's that rear view. That rear view from Miu. Tried to get into the corner. Oh, wait a second. Moon turned her around, picked her up. Moon Clash to Miu. There's no shot for Clover to break this up. Miu's lost her resiliency the whole way through. Oh my gosh, Miu's kicked out at 2. At 2.999. Miu survives. But it might still be enough for them to clutch it because Lilliana is tagged in and has 2 finishers at the ready. Set up. Miu's in trouble. No, reverse the violinist claw. Big kick. Set up. Butterfly bomb. Butterfly bomb to Lilliana. But didn't go for the pin. Didn't go for the pin because she wants to make sure Clover can tag back in. Oh no. No. The roll up. The roll up on Lilliana. Oh, wait a minute. She kicked out, but Moon Mage had to come in. Axe driver. Lilliana still has resiliency, and she does have to burn it. And everything just turned around for Clover and Miu. The cutter set up for another axe driver. Cover on Lilliana. Clover gets one over on her again. Miu gets to pick the stipulation for deep freeze. What a match. What a match between these 4. An absolutely insane back and forth contest. Lilliana might very well be screwed at deep freeze if Miu has her way. But again, I want to keep it in mind that it was once again Clover that pinned Lilliana. It wasn't Miu again. But you see there, that Moon clash right in front of Clover. We thought that was it. We thought Moon had clutched it up. But somehow, some way, Miu survived. Was able to tag in Clover, who hit an axe driver. And then a second one. Right to Lilliana. And put her away.
Here are your winners.
Shows once again Miu doesn't have the guts or brains to pin me herself. The coward goes Lilliana. She's gonna have to at deep freeze, depending on the match type that Miu picks. It proved nothing. In a sense, it did. It just once again proved that Clover is a force to be reckoned with. Which, hey, Estelle, you're going to want to take notes from that one because Clover might have to be somebody you face off against. Prove it a deep freeze, maybe you're credible. Clover could very well end someone's career with that axe driver. She did it twice. And that knocked Lilliana straight down. 83% on Lilliana and Moon, 17% on Miu and Clover. Miu gets to pick the stipulation. That's the show. Let's go over it real quick. I'm going to have the team talk to Miu. They're going to send me a message on what stipulation she picks. It was a triple threat open challenge from Erza Scarlet. Flair insistent on coming out first for some reason. But at the end of the day, with Erza and the Rhine Shogun involved in that matchup, Flair was able to pick up the win and pinned the Raiden Shogun to do it. Which could be very interesting if things go the Raiden Shogun's way at Deep Freeze. Violet, able to get the win over Sayaka in the Women's IronHeart Championship Tournament. It's one apiece between those two, and you know for a fact they're going to have to settle it in some sort of third match down the line. Estelle, you missed it, but Joshua was able to pick up the win over Dirty Dominik Mysterio. He had his dad, and your father as well, Cassius, at ringside with him because Dom had Liv Morgan at ringside. Liv tried to get some distractions in, and it proved to be Dom's downfall as Joshua would pick up the win. I fully expected Sayaka to try and interrupt Violet's next tournament match. We'll just have to see if she does. Hopefully she doesn't. We'll have to keep an eye on Sayaka in that one. There was a brawl backstage between Jacob and Ryan. It wasn't even backstage. It was in the archives where Jacob would put Ryan down after flying from the top of a ladder, cracking him over the head. That match is going to have to happen, which we'll talk about that at the end of the show. Awesome to see. Well, now I'm driven to win my match in a way and letting Dad and Joshua get too far ahead of me. I like to see that. I like to hear that. In a one-on-one match with the tag champ against the challenger, it was Taka who picked up the win over Akechi, getting momentum back in the favor of the tag champs. Joker and Mondo both tried to get themselves involved. Both ended up getting ejected from ringside. And afterwards, Taka took full control and picked up the win over Akechi. In a very fun back and forth, it was Chaos and March 7th. In an IronHeart Championship Tournament Round 1 matchup, Chaos picked up the win in that one up against a very game March. And as we learned, she'll be going up against Clover in Round 2. So Chaos, you gotta study up on what Clover just did in the main event, because you're gonna have to deal with that yourself in Round 2. Tag team action, it was the Blades of the Aegis picking up the win over Jury and Harley Quinn, the Venom Vixens, putting a little bit of doubt in their minds going into Sunday against the team of Chie and Yukiko, the Twin Dragons, for the tag team titles. Pyra and Mithra, they guarantee themselves a tag team championship opportunity next. And in the in the Intercontinental Championship Tournament, it was Kaito Momota who picked up the win over Johnny Cage, was able to study and avoid that low blow special, and rolled from there, moon landing from the top, and the other side, right in the middle of the ring, would seal Johnny's fate and would allow Kaito to move on. And in the main event, a insane matchup between Miu and Clover and Lilliana and Moon Mage. It looked like Lilliana and Moon had the match won, but Miu shockingly kicked out and then was able to tag in Clover and isolate Lilliana to make sure that she'd stay down and allow Miu to make the stipulation, which I've just gotten word that Miu has gotten the stipulation presented to the GM. She said, I'm going to keep this rolling. I'm going to make sure Lilliana doesn't walk out of here. I'm going to make sure Lilliana is stretchered out of here, is put in an ambulance and taken away from me. It will be Miu, it will be Lilliana in an ambulance match. That is confirmed. That is official for Deep Freeze. Miu, Lilliana, ambulance match. Let's go over the news real quick. Chaos broke loose during Akechi and Taka's match when their partners at ringside, Joker and Mono, brought their fighting inside the ring. Well, kind of. Their shouting and trash talk brought the match to a standstill until the referee could restore order. Apologies on my end for not getting the win. Hey, Moon, you put up a fight in that one. You nearly got Miu there. Lots to do. Also, I want to ask the GM, an ambulance match. Absolutely, Leia. It ain't pinning, but it's close. It sure is. Nobody injured, surprisingly enough. That's what we love to see. Also, a nice 4 out of 8 performance from Erza tonight. So let's see what deep freeze would book? What would we see on the deep freeze? Yo, 2K, you actually got something right? That's crazy. Yo, 2K actually got something right. It is Jury and Harley Quinn versus Chie and Yukiko for the tag team titles. Only a 2-hour show. Yep, that was a 2 hours and 25 minutes tonight. Well, that's 2 for 2. That is 2 for 2. Joker and Akechi versus Manu and Taka for the tag titles. I know Estelle's busy with tournament, but I'd love to fight her sometime. Hey, you know what? We might see if we can make that happen some point, Moon. We'll just have to see. That's 2 for 2, though, for 2K. What else we got? 3 for 3. It's 3 for 3. Miu versus Lilliana. Well, it's not a no-holds-barred match, but it's quite close. It is an ambulance match. Okay, this is probably wrong, right? It sure is. Deku versus Sonic. Oh, gosh. Deku versus Sonic. Why do I get the sense that that would actually be a nice back and forth? That'd be a fun one, honestly. Sakura and Arrow versus the Bug Hunters in a tag team matchup. That's fun. Kokichi versus Clover. Alright. Very fitting. I'm down for that if I'm free. After that match, I'm looking forward to making my name. Absolutely. Skull versus Nami. The streak's gone. Also, Sonic, you were on the streak. Don't you dare. Skull versus Nami. Skull will be a deep freeze in a #1 contendership match for either Cassius or Jay Warland's World Championship. It's Stephanie Vauquer versus Julia for the Women's World Championship. It's not Stephanie. It is the Ryan Shogun versus Julia. You were close. Not close enough. Oh, gosh. Oh, my. Gojo versus An Takamaki. Well, alrighty then. Oh, gosh. That's a fun one. I quite enjoy that. That's a fun little Finn match. Moon Mage versus Terry Bogard. Yo, Moon, you're loving the fighting game characters. You get to fight one. Sukuna versus Jay Warland. Well, Sukuna's there. However, he is competing in a Fatal 4-Way #1 contendership match, but Jay obviously is competing for the World Championship against Cassius Bright. Oh my gosh. Kazuya Mishima versus Splendid versus Erza versus Shadow versus Jinx versus XSP versus Tifa versus Loxus in an 8-person match. Splendid, XSP, you guys are gonna die. Ryan versus Jacob, okay. Yeah, that's definitely happening. And in the main event, Eggman versus Luffy versus Ryoma versus Cassius Bright Fatal 4-Way Extreme Rules for the championship. Oh my gosh. They trying to kill Cassius. No, they ain't trying to kill Cassius. They trying to kill Ryoma. Ryoma on the verge of dying. Roman not here apparently. Really? Yeah, this is like the second time this Fatal 4-Way has happened. I think the power rankings will stay the same because it is still the same week. Yeah, that is correct. It is the same power rankings. For those who are curious, there they are. There's our top 20. Same thing as before. All right. That is the show. Y'all can go out of character, but of course, before we do that, I got announcements to make. So let me go ahead, cut the music real quick. Cut the music from me real quick. There we go. Now then. Ladies and gents, hopefully this music's fine. Let's talk deep freeze. Let's talk Deep Freeze. First off, there's your theme for it. Second, we got a lot of matches going at Deep Freeze. I will confirm it right now. Jacob versus Ryan will be happening at Deep Freeze, 1-on-1 in an Extreme Rules matchup. We'll see Lilliana and Miu in an ambulance matchup. Erza Scarlet, she'll continue her open challenge. One more open challenge. Who's going to answer it? We'll find out. Obviously, we'll see Intercontinental Championship Tournament matches and IronHeart Championship Tournament matches. The Venom Vixens versus Twin Dragons. 2-on-2 for the Women's Tag Team Championships. The Bro G's versus Broken Justice 2-on-2 for the GWE Men's Tag Team Championships. This song is Monster from Starset, by the way. We will see a ton of those matchups. We will see Ryan Shogun versus Julia. 15-minute Iron Woman match for the Women's World Championship. Fatal 4-way #1 contendership matchup. Liu Kang, Sukuna, Skull, and Izuku Midoriya. Whoever wins that will challenge for the World Championship in the future. And of course, we will see Jay Warland versus Cassius Bright for the GWE World Heavyweight Championship on the show. It sure is going to be a good one. Moon, you can say won the world it would have been if Moon and Lilliana won that tag match. Go ahead. It's going to be a fun one. Tune in Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For Deep Freeze, the first ever GWE pay-per-view. Y'all see me there, and you guys will see a special guest commentator. It's gonna be such a fun show. Yeah, if they won, it would have been a submission matchup. It's gonna be a fun show. I will confirm we have 14 matches on that show. So, get hyped. Get excited. Because I won't see you guys on Monday this time around. I will see you on Sunday for Deep Freeze. So, that's going to do it for me. I will see y'all 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Deep Freeze. Let's play this music out, and I'll see y'all later.